Jane is a 4-year-old girl with autism and is considered nonverbal. Her RBT, Alicia, is new to the field and is going for her master's in applied behavior analysis. She is well aware of the ethical code set forth by the BACB. Miss J is Jane's parent and is very concerned with the amount of progress she is making. Oftentimes, she is desperate for a quick solution to her child's behavior issues and believes autism can be cured even though the BCBA has been direct with the possible treatment outcomes and the literature to support a cure. She is meeting with Alicia now in a public space after her child's session just ended.
Hey, Miss J, little Jane had a great session today.
Wow, that's such great news. How's her progress been?
Well, today she completed all of her programs, but what's really exciting is she admitted 3 new sounds today.
Yay, that's so exciting. So what's that mean for her future progress?
Oh no, Alicia should be careful about the way she answers this one, as she is not a BCBA and could breach the ethical guideline 1.01, reliance on scientific knowledge, as outlined in the BACB's Professional and Ethical Compliance Code for Behavior Analysts. This code states, behavior analysts rely on professionally derived knowledge based on science and behavior analysis when making scientific and professional judgments in human service provision or when engaging in scholarly or professional endeavors.
Well, I believe our little Jane is going to start talking any day now.
Wow, that's so great. Thank you so much, Alicia. So I'm really thinking that she'll be verbal very soon then.
In my opinion, yeah.
Great.
So
happy.
I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.
See you tomorrow.
That was probably the least careful way she could have answered that question. Let's examine the things she said.
Well, I believe our little Jane is going to start talking any day now.
This breaks Professional and Ethical Compliance Code 1.01 because there is not enough data to make a prediction about the client's ability to communicate in the future and is considered a misleading statement as what she claimed might not happen. Now let's examine the consequences of Alicia's verbal behavior.
Wow, that's so great. Thank you so much, Alicia. So I'm really thinking that she'll be verbal very soon then.
In my opinion, yeah.
Great.
So
happy.
I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.
See you tomorrow.
What has just occurred is Alicia has given possible false hope for Mom. And because she didn't rely on scientific knowledge, she may be held to her word by the parent in the future. If this claim does not actually happen, the parent may lose trust in Alicia, the whole organization that she works for, and possibly applied behavior analysis. If Miss J loses trust in Alicia, she may be skeptical about her ability to work with her child. If she loses trust in the organization, there could be severe repercussions like losing a client, and Alicia could possibly lose her job. If the parent loses trust in applied behavior analysis, she may never get ABA services for Jane again, and this could be detrimental to Jane's learning process, as applied behavior analysis is the most empirically effective treatment for children with autism. Now, let's look at how Alicia should have handled this situation.
Hey, Miss J, little Jane had a great session today.
Really? That's great. How's her progress been?
Well, she completed all of her programs for today, but what's really exciting is she admitted 3 new sounds.
Oh, that's great. So what's this mean for her future progress?
Well, this is definitely progress for working towards her goal of emitting 10 sounds per hour. But if you want any more information or have any further questions, I would definitely contact our BCBA for future assessment.
Okay, I'll definitely do that. I really appreciate all of your help. Have a great day.
You too. I'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks. Bye.
That answer was much better in this situation. However, there were a couple other causes for concern with this scenario. Think about where and when they met to discuss Jane's progress and the type of personal information that Alicia disclosed about Jane to her mother. Meeting outside of the workplace and after business hours could be considered a slippery slope into multiple relationships, which breaks the BACB's Professional and Ethical Compliance Code for Behavior Analysts Rule 1.06, Multiple Relationships and Conflicts of Interest. It is best practice to contain business relations to the professional setting and limit outside contact with clients. Also, since Jane's records are protected under the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act of 1996, or otherwise known as HIPAA, meeting in a public space to discuss a client's protected health information would break part of the privacy rule within the Act that addresses incidental uses and disclosures. In the scenario with Alicia and Miss J, the lack of safeguards against someone overhearing protected health information about Jane, including her name, should be cause for concern. When disclosing information in a public setting, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services recommends the following steps be taken for reasonable safeguards against violation of HIPAA. First, one must speak quietly when discussing a patient's condition with family members in a waiting room or other public area. And secondly, they must avoid using patients' names in public hallways and elevators, and post signs to remind employees to protect patient confidentiality. To review, the 3 ethical issues within the scenario include potentially doing harm by making misleading statements that are not based on scientific knowledge, potentially forming multiple relationships with clients by meeting outside of the business setting after business hours, and a breach of HIPAA confidentiality by disclosing protected health information in a public area without safeguards against someone overhearing. Thank you for watching our video, and we hope you enjoyed.